Good afternoon. I'm Captain Stephen Wallace of the Major Crimes Bureau of the Fairfax County Police Department. Today we're here to announce the arrest of two individuals who are responsible for the death of Ahmed Hashim Ibrahim, a 20-year-old male of the Alexandria section of Fairfax County. This case first began as a missing persons case. On January 17th, Fairfax County Police Department received the report of a missing person from a family member of Mr. Ibrahim. He was last seen late January 15th by a family member leaving the house to go see a friend. The report was made to our officers at the Mason District Station. They entered him into the missing person database for the National Crime Information Center, what a lot of people know as the NCIC database. As we began to investigate this further, his vehicle was discovered in an impound lot in Alexandria City on January 18th. Our missing persons detectives responded to that lot to investigate further. While investigating it, looked in the vehicle and saw what would be described as a significant amount of blood, one that we would think that someone was either seriously injured or possibly dead. Our detectives continue to investigate the timeline of what might have happened to Mr. Ibrahim. Throughout their investigation, they learned of an individual, Mr. Joel Antonia Sarabia, 20 of Fairfax, who had been seen driving the vehicle that Mr. Ibrahim owned. Detectives charged that individual with the unauthorized use of a vehicle. He was taken into custody on January 24th by detectives from our fugitive tracking and apprehension team. Based on the evidence from all our interviews, forensic evidence collected, we then charged Mr. Joel Antonio Sarabia with first-degree murder, robbery resulting in death, and concealment of a dead body. During our investigation, we also learned that he did have someone who assisted him in the robbery, so we have also charged a 17-year-old male with robbery resulting in death and also concealment of a body. As we continue to look into this case, we still would like to hear from anybody who might have some information into the death of Mr. Ibrahim and his disappearance. You can call the Fairfax County Major Crimes Bureau at 703-246-7800, or you can leave a tip at 1-866-411-TIPS. So again, that's 866-411-8477. I want to thank detectives from our Major Crimes Bureau and our crime scene section, as well as our patrol officers from the Mason District Station, who assisted us from the moment we learned of Mr. Ibrahim's disappearance and then became concerned for his safety. I'll open it up to any questions now.
You mentioned that both men were charged with concealment of a dead body. Can you tell us how his body was concealed?
Yes, just to go over what we have released already in our blog, we do believe they disposed of his dead body in a dumpster nearby where he was killed. Detectives are still backtracking and trying to search and locate the body. We are not going to stop until we've exhausted every resource we have to attempt to locate him.
Do you know why the suspects wanted to initially rob the victim?
Why they did? No, we just know it was a planned robbery. They did plan to rob him. They were not going to meet him for any other purpose, and at that point they did kill him.
And you all say they were all known to each other. Can you explain how?
They were known to each other where they had arranged to meet up through social media apps. So I wouldn't say they were close friends, but they were known to each other.
Was this like an exchange to purchase something then?
That we don't know at this time.
By any chance, you said that they're still searching for the body.
Yes.
Did Sarabia happen to mention how he may have killed Mr. Ibrahim?
We believe he was shot.
Do you know how many times?
That I can't, until we, find the body and have a officer chief medical examiner examine it, we would just be speculating.
Do you know if either of the suspects are wanted for other killings or crimes?
As of right now, the only charges they have are the ones that Fairfax County charged them with. When we do arrest someone, we do check on stuff like that, and we have no other warrants for them.
But have there been any private contacts with these individuals in the past?
I believe some have, and one being a juvenile, I wouldn't be able to speak about the juvenile.
Do you know specifically how the suspect and 17-year-old, well, they're both suspects, but how they were known to each other?
They were just friends from what we know.
Just friends.
Yeah.
Would you describe this as a robbery gone wrong, or did they go to the scene with the intent of killing the victim?
We really can't say what their intent was. I mean, whether it was to rob or kill or gone wrong, that's just going to keep going in our investigation. We'll have to answer that question when it comes towards prosecuting.
From a personal perspective, as a law enforcement officer, I mean, you're still trying to find the body. I assume the family is still very worried about
Yes.
where the body may be. What is that like for you, trying to assist in that?
Well, it's something that we want to be able to give the family some closure, and obviously the fact of finding their loved one would be probably one of the things that would help them. So we're going to do everything we can in our abilities to try to find them.
What is Fairfax County's homicide rate so far this year?
This will be our second of this year.
And what more evidence or clues specifically are you hoping to get from the community? I know you said you're asking people to come forward if they know anything.
Well, there was a bit of a time frame between when he went missing and when we located him. Maybe anybody who spoke to these suspects, anybody who might have seen our victim right before he had disappeared. Any bit of information, our detectives will take any phone call and follow up on any lead, no matter how small it is.
Thank you.
Is the 17-year-old being charged as a juvenile?
Right now, he's charged as a juvenile. Whether or not he's charged as an adult is a decision that rests with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.